Hi, it's Teacher Melissa, and I just want to share a quick video with you today about how I approach the American winter holidays with my students in a way that I think I'm trying to be a little more culturally sensitive and polite and kind, and I want to share my culture, but I don't want to put a student on the spot or make them feel defensive or in any way. And I'll explain what I mean by that in just a second, okay? So first of all, this is just what I do. Again, as usual, this is just how I approach it. Maybe you do something differently. Maybe you feel doesn't work for you. That's fine. I'm just sharing what I do in case it's helpful to any of my VIPKid teacher friends. So I do approach the holidays as a cultural exchange. And as such, what I do is I do not assume that the student is celebrating this holiday also. Now, some of my students in China have a small celebration of Christmas. Maybe they've seen Christmas trees around. Maybe their family does a little bit. Especially our students who are in international schools, they will often celebrate little bits of Western holidays. But I also have students who do not, whose families do not. I mean, they are adamant. No. I mean, I will ask a question or something, and the student will say, no, it is a Western holiday, and people in China should not do Western holidays. So I've grown to become more culturally sensitive about how I approach sharing my culture in a way that leaves it open for students to share whether they do or do not celebrate the holiday and if they have any knowledge of it at all. So first of all, I don't ask, do you celebrate Christmas? I don't start off with a greeting, Merry Christmas, Coco. What are you doing for Christmas? Because that's assuming that they do celebrate the holiday, and I don't want to do that. Now, I would not be offended in America. I am not Muslim. If someone wants to say Good Ramadan to you or Happy Diwali, I'm not Hindu. I won't be offended, but I might be a little confused, perhaps. But that's in America. So, but I don't want to greet them with a greeting, assuming that my Chinese students celebrate this holiday. So instead, I approach it just like I do anything else. If I'm going to say in America, we call this soccer. This is not football in America. I'm sharing my culture. So I'm going to do the holidays the same way. In December in America, we celebrate a holiday called Christmas. And then I'll just say a little bit about Christmas. So I don't say, oh, do you celebrate Christmas right away? I'm just going to say, I do. I'm sharing my culture. Or I might say in some families or many families. Now, if you are Jewish, by all means, give your cultural holiday. In America and in many parts of the world, Jewish people around the world celebrate Hanukkah. I am Jewish. I celebrate Hanukkah. So you might say that. Or maybe you don't celebrate any holiday, or maybe you only celebrate Christmas in a secular way and not a religious way. If you celebrate Christmas in a religious way, it's okay for you to say that you do, and that some people in America, and that you are one of those. Any winter holiday, I know Ramadan's not a winter holiday, but you understand what I'm saying. Any holiday, you are free to say, this is what I do. Okay? I've stopped asking the students, do you celebrate Christmas? What I do sometimes is say, have you heard of Christmas? What do you know about Christmas? Have you seen, oops, wrong side. Have you seen a Christmas tree somewhere in China? And then students who celebrate it almost always say, yes, we have a Christmas tree at our home. Oh, that opens the door. Then I can talk about what traditions they might observe in their home. Sometimes students will say, yes, I see a Christmas tree in the store or at the market or in the city, some places in the city. And then we'll talk about, oh, that is interesting. Okay. that some places have a Christmas tree. And some students will say, and have said to me, yes, I have seen Christmas trees in the city, but it is not good for Chinese people to celebrate Western holidays. And I say, oh, that is good. You are proud to be Chinese. Very good. When we celebrate Christmas in America, we are proud to be American. I'm good. I'm glad for you. And something like that. All right. So that's just how I've been approaching it the last couple holiday seasons, to just share my culture, but not force the child to make a choice. Like, oh, do you celebrate Christmas? And then they say no. And then I've got to backtrack. So I don't want to backtrack. I want to be culturally sensitive, and I want to share my excuse me, share my culture, and ask them if they've seen or heard any bits of the culture. Now, I do have another video where I talk about how I use Christmas cards to talk about the different greetings and snowmen and trees and Christmas cookies and different types. So if you do want to use that, those types of things, I usually do a little bit at the beginning of each class, because I haven't even put up all my Christmas yet. I've just got to suck a few things up real quick for this morning after Thanksgiving. But there are different ways that you can share, and you are obviously free to share any cultural exchange that you personally celebrate. Kwanzaa, Hanukkah, and any holiday, any cultural thing, you are free to share. So I would not, I don't celebrate Kwanzaa, so I would not go around saying, oh, happy Kwanzaa. Do you celebrate Kwanzaa? I would, to my friends, I would just say, oh, have you ever heard of that holiday Kwanzaa? Oh, here's what I know. What do you know? Maybe they have something to share with you. So I try to give my Chinese students the same respect and the same opportunity to share what they know and to learn something new as a great cultural exchange. Maybe you have other ideas about how you share. Please list them below in the comment section. I love to hear how other students are sharing their own holiday traditions with their Chinese students.